Asia LaShelle and I'm back with another video. So, as you can see, we're going to be making more educational type posts. This time is going to be for boutique owners. So as you can see, this is a little bit different style than the one I did previously. That was more so around hair. I had an idea for like a boutique, kind of like 1130 or like Cutely Covered, where they do a lot of nudes, much more like it girl, classy girl. I imagine Aaliyah's face shops at this boutique. That's what I had in mind when I came up with these flyers. It's a very neutral and nude type of template. I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to do this. Also, while showing you some new features inside of Canva, of course. So let's get started. As you guys can see, this is a square post. It's 1080 by 1080. It's the sizing for Instagram. Everybody always asks me what size canvas I use. So let me go ahead. I'm going to add another page here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with my background as per usual. I love this background option here, which is the first gradient you can select. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my model photos and I'm going to go to image, and this was the image that I selected, and I'm going to click on edit image and then click on background remover. Alright, so now I'm going to size the model to the size I want her to be at. And it's something like this. It's something like this. I'm going to probably size her down some. Okay, now to get my color from my background, this is a feature I don't think a lot of people use. This is a great way to make sure that your color palette is like let's say you don't have a brand color, but you want your color palette to go with the photo that you have, like her, right? So Canva does this great thing. If you click on the color for the background and you scroll down, these are the colored photos. So you see how here, Canva pulls the colors out of the picture itself, which I love that it does. So I'm going to select this for the background color. All right, so automatically you have this beautiful palette that's being created. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a video. So here's a quick clip here of the video. If you go to edit video, this is this is a Canva Pro feature, just like the background remover. This background remover removes the background from video. Y'all heard me. It removes the background from video with one click. Here we go. And there we go. There we go. The background is gone from the video. All right. So now that I have the background gone, I'm just going to resize it just a smidget. Actually, I'm going to keep it around the same height it was at, but I want to bring in this, and I'm going to just resize it some like this, and I'm going to position it backward, and let's see, I have right about there. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down the transparency to 20 because I don't want it to conflict with the other photo, and I want it to kind of be in the background. So I want that visual interest, but I don't want it to clash. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our text. All right, and then I'm just going to add a heading here. I'm just going to type in measurement. I'm going to make it all caps. I'm going to come over here to font, and the font that I use is called Playfair Display Black. Okay, so we're going to bring this up here, center it. We need it a bit larger, so I'm going to do it in 64. Here we go. And then for the color, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to choose the lightest color on the palette for a nice contrast. And then I'm going to select some more text, and I'm going to just put in tips and tricks. And for this one, I used this font. It's called ISOM script. All right, and then I'm going to change the color for that so that actually stands out. And I'm going to pull this from the palette. And we're going to make this little, and not little, but lowercase on the T. And just make the font a little bit bigger. And I'm probably going to come down to 56, maybe even 48. All right, so here we go. So the next thing, so we're looking good so far. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a box here. I'm going to go to the rounded square, and here just add this text box in like so. You can decide where you want it. I'm going to have it like, okay, about here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm also going to change the color. I believe I used that lightest color. All right, and then the next thing I'm going to do is just copy and paste. And I'm just going to type in hips, change that font color to this. I believe that's what I have it, yep. So we'll put that about here. I really want to move center. Here we go, center. And then we're going to add some more text. Add a text box in here. And I typed the text in here. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to put this inches like so. And we're going to center her like that. And you do your font, like do it however you want to. Do that one. And then what we're going to do here, I'm just going to copy this, bring it down. We're going to do at your social. And we're almost done with this design, y'all. Okay, cool. And then the next thing I'm going to do is go to elements, go to gradients, or just type in gradients and elements, and click on graphics. And I'm using this one here. It's the turquoise one, right? And I'm going to drag that down. And I'm going to change the color to that darkest brown. There we go. And the last thing I'm going to do is just add a space to put your website name. It's www. whatever your website is. And we're going to definitely reduce the size. Let's bring it down to 42, maybe 36. Perfect. I'm going to bring them down here. And we're going to center. All right, so we pretty much have recreated this design. I think the word hips can be smaller. Let's bring it to 48. There we go. And I think maybe this was a 28. Yeah. So let's make this 28. There we go. There we go. So it's more like this, and here we go. All right, so pretty much got it. What else did I do? Oh, I didn't add a shadow to her, so click on edit again. Click on shadows, and I did a drop shadow on her, and I changed it from bottom right to just right. So if you guys see that, it shifted the shadow to the right of the model. Okay, and then apply. So now, there we have it. It's done. So the next one that I created was this one. I'm going to just remix it. So I am going to duplicate this page, okay? Duplicate the original page, and we're going to move some stuff around in order to get it to look like this one. And I want to move this down in the order, right? So now I'm going to just be morphing this into this design. So as you can see, I don't have to change this part or the lower part. I'm just rearranging. So I'm going to take the model out. And as far as the text box, I'm going to move it down here, make it larger, and bring it down. Oops. And let me move this out the way and bring this position to the front. You guys ever have that issue where it's like you're trying to grab an element and it's not, you can't click it? It's because it's behind something else. So you may have to move some stuff around to change the order of things. So here we go. So we're going to bring this down here like this. We're going to bring this text box to the front and maneuver it down here. Okay. And so in this one, we're going to take this text, right? And I'm going to paste it in here. All right, and we're going to stretch it out a little bit. Okay, and what else is missing from over here? You see this? That text, that your social text. I couldn't grab it, so that's another one I need to put to the front. Okay, now we got it. And we can move this back in place now. And let's, to make it safe, let's put it down here and push it to the back, and we can lock it so we don't have to worry about it anymore. Bring this box down here. Let's center it. Let's center our text here. And once we're happy with that, I think we can make this a little bit smaller. And we brought the size of this font down to 23. All right, perfecto. And we're going to put your social handle here, like so, like that. And we're going to take this and this, see how it's pulling behind, the position is forward. All right, and we're going to say waist. Okay, so we got our font in place now. And so the next thing, let's take care of this background. You see we have this video 3 times. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to copy this 2 more times, copy and then paste twice, boom. So you have that video twice. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to come back into elements, and we are going to go over to, we're going to go down to grids, and I need a grid with 3. So boom, so we have our grids here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just drag these videos in to these grids. Like so, like that, like so, like so, like that. Okay, so now we have them in here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change the transparency again to 20. Boom. So we have that done. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our model photos. So I use this model. I'm going to go back to my models. You can upload your photos wherever into Canva. So let's grab hers. I have the girl looking back, the young lady looking back. And then we'll just background remove on her. And I always say this, like, if you don't have Canva Pro, oh, let's do this. You see how that just happened? You see how when I moved it, that picture dropped into that grid? Lock your grid up so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, see now I can drag it over. No issues. Okay, so let's make her a bit larger. And I cut her off at her waist. So let's bring it here and here. And make her a little bit bigger. And we can put her like, what happened there? Let's see. Up, let's fully lock it. There we go. Now we're good to go. All right, and now I kind of have her like in the middle of these models so that when they're walking and the video plays, like she's not really obstructing the full view. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this picture because I thought this one was so cute. And we're going to do the background on this one also. And we're just going to hit apply. And here we go. And we're going to put her here, just make her a little smaller. And put her like right there. Bam. All right, so it's something like this, right? It's kind of how I have it. All right, cool. So now we're done with this one. Pretty much the same, right? So boom. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to remix this yet again. So I'm going to duplicate this, and we're going to turn this into this design. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to move this down so I can have it kind of in order. And all right, so what are we going to keep? We're going to get rid of this here, and we're also going to get rid of the 3 models in the back, so we'll need to unlock them. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to bring this up and make it more of a squarish shape. Not quite a square, but like something like this. We're gonna make her bigger. How far do I have her? Let's make her like this, more like that. You just play around with this stuff, y'all, till you get it how you want it. All right, boom. So we'll put this here and this here, and we are doing bust. Right, so change that to bust. And for the text, I'm just going to copy this text here. You can type your text, you can have your text somewhere else and copy and paste it into Canva, however you want. All right, let's move this up here. We're going to drag this in. I think we can afford to make this a little wider. Here, and here we go. And add your social here. And I think we're good with that part. All right, so we're gonna go to videos again, grab that video again, hit video edit, do the background remover, boom. Once you do the background remover, what I've noticed is once you've done the background remover one time on Canva, if you hit background remover on that video again, it instantly pulls the background out, because I guess it kind of like remembers it. It has it cached, so it's like knows that you already moved the background before. So what I'm going to do is copy it, and then paste it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 5 of these. I think that's what I did. Yep, I did 5. So we're going to do the same process. We're going to go back up here to elements. We're going to come into grids. We're already there. So I'm going to select the grid that has 5 options in it, right? So I'm just going to drag each model into each space and just let them. And the reason why I use grids, y'all, is that, let me make sure I can get her to pop in. There we go. I use grids because it will make sure that the videos are equidistanced apart, and that, I mean, that's pretty much it, that they're basically equidistant and they're resizing at the same rate and all of that. It just makes it so much easier for me. So let me unlock that and position this to the back once again, and let me select this. And we are going to change the transparency of this to 20 also. All right, you guys. So we have pretty much recreated every single one of these templates. And it was very easy, as you can tell. Once you kind of have your base down, you just have to make small tweaks. And now you have content for your page. The other thing I did is that I just applied an animation to the whole entire thing. If you want, like, I like the way sleek looks, so I'm just going to apply sleek, and I'm going to apply it to all of the pages. All right, so now you guys are going to see the videos. It'll be all 6 of them. It's 27 seconds, but you can see how they look. And there you go, guys. Like, how easy is that? And it just gives so much visual interest to your posts. You're on brand. Yeah, so this is the process. So hopefully you guys have found this helpful. This is again a part of our content strategy, preparing ourselves for 2023 quarter one. This is you creating educational content for your customers. So this is for people who have a boutique, right? You have some sort of boutique. You can use the same process, the same thought process. I'm just showing you guys for different industries, but literally it is the same. Create content that educates your customers about your products. And a lot of time boutique owners have a struggle with that. They're like, it's just clothes. What am I educating them about? But there's so much that you can educate your customers about when it comes to clothing. Even from measurements, like I'm doing here, you can tell people how your measurements work in your store. If you have a specific piece that you want to show off, like break down the fabric of that piece, talk to them about the stretch of the fabric, all of those type of things, and then break down everything you know about that particular product and then turn it into content. Turn it into something that you can share with people about your product. Does it have a lot of stretch? Does it not have a lot of stretch? How should you care for it? All of these types of things, because you're adding value to your clients. There's been, as me being a boutique owner previously, the reason why I'm telling you these things, these are the things that my customers would ask me about all of the time. And then I just got to the point where I started putting all of that stuff in my post, right? But a lot of people don't realize you can do that, but that is added value because the customer knows off top, like, oh, okay, this is how I should care for this garment, or this is how I should measure myself, or this item runs slightly small, or this item doesn't have any give. Whatever it is, educate, educate, educate. In addition to promoting your products, educate your clients, your customers about the products that you sell. And so you can do that by creating these really simple posts. You can turn this into a story. You can turn this into a reel because it's a video. You see that you can add videos. You can narrate over your video, whatever you want to do. So hopefully you guys have found this helpful. All right. Peace, y'all.